What's up guys, welcome back to another TTC update. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over some questions that I've been getting from people on TTC stuff generally. And if you don't know, TTC means trying to conceive. That's one of the questions I got, is what is TTC? And I've tried to be clear in like the things I've posted, like if you read the caption or in the intro to my videos, it says the TTC series and then in parentheses trying to conceive. But I also understand that a lot of people are here for personal finance, and I can appreciate that you're not in the trying to conceive, realm, and so you've not heard these acronyms before. And so yeah, I want to give you guys some background on just like what TTC entails. And then I took a video of myself having kind of like a breakdown like 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna answer some of your questions, I'm gonna jump to the clip, and then I'm gonna come back and we can unpack that a little bit. So just generally the acronyms that I use, TTC I already explained. DPO means days past ovulation, and ovulation is usually halfway through a menstrual cycle. So cycle day 1 is the day that you get your period, and then about 2 weeks later, usually for women around cycle day 14, so 2 weeks after the start of your period is when you typically ovulate. And then 2 weeks after that, you either find out you're pregnant or you get another period and the cycle starts all over again. So DPO means days past ovulation. And so when you ovulate, for me, it's around day 18 usually, not day 14. From the day you ovulate till the day you test, which is when I'm usually posting tests, a certain number of days past ovulation, DPO. That's what I'm talking about. It's how many days it's been since I ovulated around the middle of my cycle. Usually women can get a positive pregnancy test by 14 days past ovulation or around the first day of their missed period, but sometimes you can get it a lot sooner. I got a positive with my daughter at like 9 DPO, very faint, and 10 DPO. And then this last month when I had the chemical pregnancy, I got a positive at 10 DPO also, so 10 days past ovulation. The other acronym that somebody asked about is HCG. So I posted I was having an HCG beta, and I'll explain what a beta is in a second as well. But HCG is the hormone that your body produces when you're pregnant. So it's the hormone that the pregnancy test detects, and that's how the pregnancy test shows up as positive. And then it's just, in your blood, they can test for that hormone level to see how much it's rising, because in early pregnancy, it's supposed to double every couple days. So it gets up to a very, very high number quickly, as you can imagine, if something is doubling every few days. And so, yeah, that's what HCG is. And then HCG beta is just what they call the blood test. So when you get a positive pregnancy test, sometimes they'll have you go in for blood work to see what the level is, and then come back a few days later for more blood work to see what your HCG level is, and they call it your HCG beta 1 and 2. That's at least what my doctor has called it. And so that's what an HCG beta is. It's just testing the level of pregnancy hormone in your blood. The last question I believe I got was, how do you track your ovulation? And people responded in the comments to that person, I believe, and gave some really helpful, good information. So thank you guys for answering questions for me. But generally what I do is I take ovulation tests, and I made a video of me taking ovulation tests and talking a little bit about, how I track my ovulation. So I'll link that video up here, and I will link the ovulation tests that I use in the video description. They are from Amazon, and they're pretty cheap, and they're the most accurate ones that I found compared to like the more expensive ones I found to be less accurate. So that's just for me. Everybody's different, but I like the cheapo Amazon ones. And tracking your ovulation, just make sure that you have sex around the time that you're ovulating, because the egg is only viable to be fertilized for a certain number of hours, and so you need to make sure that you're having sex around the right time to get pregnant. So anyway, that's it for the questions for this video. If you guys have more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer questions as we go along here in this series. But let's jump to the other clip of me the other day. So a little bit of background. In June, I started trying to get pregnant. I got pregnant the first month, but it was a chemical pregnancy, so I got a couple days of positives, and then it went negative, and then I started bleeding, and I had pretty heavy bleeding for like I think a week or so, and then it stopped, and I had to decide what to do next. And I haven't shared this with you guys yet, but I'm sharing it with you now, that was a lot. That was a lot, jumping first month trying to get pregnant after everything we went through with infertility, trying to get pregnant for 2 years with my daughter. Just right out the gate, first month, this time trying for baby number 2, having a chemical pregnancy just threw me for a loop. So I decided to take a month off. I needed it. I needed the time to like regroup, to take care of myself, to get caught up. I had just quit my job. I was so burnt out, and I took a month for myself. Well, that was the plan. So in this clip, I will be taking a pregnancy test because I'm not quite sure what's going on, because when I started bleeding after the end of my month off, it was weird and I was worried I was pregnant. So I will jump to that clip now and then I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about it.
So today is August 1st, and I probably the last TTC video, trying to conceive video that I posted was that I had the chemical pregnancy. And what I haven't told you guys yet, I'm like all a mess because I didn't think I was gonna be filming right now, and I'm just filming on my iPhone, so it might be not as good a quality, but anyway, just taking a pregnancy test right now. So after the chemical pregnancy, that was a lot. That was like, it was a lot. I did not handle it well, and I needed a break, even though we'd only been trying 1 month. I didn't expect the first month to go how it did, and I needed like some time to reset after that. So I was like, okay, we're gonna take a month off and give myself a month to just reset. And then we'll take July off, and then we'll try again in August. So that's what we did. However, I am cycle day 7 today, and I took a pregnancy test on cycle day 1 just in case, even though we used the same method we've used for 2 years not to get pregnant this month. I just wanted to take a test just in case, and it was negative. It was one of the cheapo tests because I'm trying not to go crazy spending money on expensive pregnancy tests. It's negative, and that was that. And I was like, okay, I'll have a normal period, and then we'll try again in a couple weeks. So it's cycle day 7 today. My periods normally are 1 day of heavy bleeding, like 2 days of light bleeding, and then a little bit of spotting, and that's it. It's like 3-4 days max. We are on day 7, and it looked like a normal period at first. It was just like I had said, heavier bleeding, then lighter. Then it got heavier again and darker. So the last time this happened, it was an ectopic. So I'm thinking back, and we did have sex like 5 days before I ovulated, and it's possible that sperm can live for 5 days. So it's possible that I did get pregnant, but unlikely. So I'm taking a pregnancy test. I'm super upset because my body's doing something different either way. Either way, if like worst case scenario, it's an ectopic. That's always in the back of my mind. But if it's not that, then my body's doing something different this month than it's done any other month for the past 2 years. And that's frustrating. Yeah, it could be because I had a chemical pregnancy last month. My cycle this month is different. So I'm gonna check the pregnancy test. It's negative. Okay, so it definitely would be positive, or would be something by now if it was a ectopic. Okay, so my God, I like had a heart attack when I started bleeding heavier today. So something different's going on with my body, and I don't know why, which is annoying. I just like the level of anxiety. You know what it feels like? It feels like 2 years ago, before the month that I got pregnant with my daughter. Like it feels like I just jumped back in time to right there and picked back up right where I left off. It just has been really hard to jump back in. And I'm really grateful that I have you guys to talk to, because that's why I started making videos in the first place, was so I had like a support group of people. I'm relieved right now, but I just need to do some more meditating because the anxiety level is like here. I just feel overwhelmed. It's just an overwhelming time. I think, you know, there's a lot of other factors of things that are going on that are feeling overwhelming right now, that, you know, just stuff in the world and other stuff in my life. And I think I'm gonna catch you guys up a little more to real time. I don't know. I don't think I wanna like post a video like the day after something happens, but I might catch you up to be like only a couple weeks behind real time versus like a whole month, because I just feel like I wanted that space to start off so I could feel like I had time to process things, and I liked having that. But I also feel like I wanted to tell you guys sooner because it was such a big deal of what was going on. I wanted to be able to like talk about it in more real time. So yeah, I might catch you guys up a little bit, but not like fully to real time, because also like you guys saw how many videos I put out in the course of like 2 weeks. I put out like 6 videos on TTC stuff, and to be able to edit all that, like I need time to get it all prepped and stuff and get it uploaded for you guys. So it is nice to be a little bit delayed, so I have a little more time and I'm not trying to like film a video and edit and upload it all within like 24 hours as stuff is happening. So I will be back with another update soon. I did not plan to film this one today, but yeah, we'll see what's going on if I stop bleeding anytime soon. I hope I do. I hope I ovulate this month and it's at a regular time, and yeah, so we will see. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Okay, so I'm feeling much better now. That was a couple weeks ago. I was having total like emotional breakdown about everything. But basically I didn't have an ectopic. I had an ectopic years ago when I was trying to get pregnant with my daughter, and that was a very traumatic experience, and so I'm always like very worried about that. But luckily it wasn't. It's just a weird period, and I looked it up later, and the month after having a chemical pregnancy, it's not uncommon for your period to be kind of weird and different. So I usually bleed for like 3 to 4 days, and this time I bled for 9 days, and it was like heavy and then lighter for a couple days and then like very heavy for like 3 or 4 more days. So it was very odd for me, and I didn't like it, but I think that's what caused it. It was the chemical pregnancy. So then I was waiting to ovulate for this month. So this is month 3 since we started trying, but month 2 of actually trying. Now we're in August, and I thought I was gonna ovulate around day 18, which would be today. And I took an ovulation test this morning and it was negative, but I've been taking them for a few days and they've been negative. And my body, all the symptoms that I usually have leading up to ovulation are not happening. So I started thinking I was getting close to ovulation a few days ago, like earlier this week, maybe like on what day? August 8th or 9th, which would be cycle day 14 or 15 for me. And I usually ovulate on cycle day 18, thinking ovulation was coming, and then all the symptoms went away. So either I ovulated early because last month was weird and my body's still off kilter or like has changed its rhythm or something, and I already ovulated, or I'm gonna ovulate late and I haven't ovulated yet. So if I ovulated early, obviously I wasn't prepared for it, and hopefully we timed things right that we caught it anyway, and maybe I'm in a 2-week wait right now. But I think more likely is that I didn't ovulate yet, like my body was getting ready to ovulate and then kind of like got confused because of all the different hormones that are still kind of hanging out in my body because of the chemical pregnancy and the weird cycle this month. And I'm gonna ovulate like maybe like, I don't know, a few days late or something. So I had another like mini breakdown this morning, and my husband talked me out of it because he's wonderful and supportive. But I was like, what if I stop ovulating? What if this is like, you know, what if I'm not gonna ovulate? And because that happened when I went off of birth control, I had ovulated like 2 or 3 times in a year and a half, and that was really difficult when you're trying to get pregnant. So anyway, I just got nervous that that was gonna happen again, but he reassured me like, don't worry, your body's just a little bit off. You probably already ovulated or are going to very shortly, so just hang in there. And so that's what I'm trying to do. It's really hard. Like I'm not worried that I'm not gonna be able to get pregnant. I think that I will be able to get pregnant. And so I have that peace of mind this time around, which makes it easier. The hard thing though is for me, like in this moment, is just thinking like, how long am I gonna have to track like every little detail of what's going on with my body so I can try to get pregnant and time it right and everything, because that's exhausting. And I don't want to miss ovulation in a month because I wasn't watching carefully, but I don't want to have to like every single day be paying attention to every little detail And especially when something weird happens with your body, like a chemical pregnancy, then your body's a little bit off. So then you're having to really pay extra attention because all the details are different, and like your body might be doing something a little bit different that month. So what would normally be what happens next in your body doesn't happen that month. So anyway, I hope this video isn't too rambly. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you guys like enough detail to understand what's going on without like making it too complicated. So anyway, I'm feeling good today. Like I'm feeling pretty good. I prefer to know if I ovulated yet or not this month. I'm like kind of annoyed that I don't know, but I'm trying to just be patient and take care of myself and see what happens. So that is the update. I am going to catch you guys up closer to real time, which you will know by when I post this video. So I'm filming this video, like I said, it's August 13th, and I'm gonna post this in like about 2 weeks. So you guys will be about 2 weeks behind instead of a whole month behind. So anyway, hopefully I'll know soon whether I ovulated or not. I'll give you guys an update when I have more information. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you wanna subscribe and see how and when we get pregnant, then hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.